To perform the alternating wide stance windmills, start with an upright position, good postural alignment, and your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. This movement involves two motions, a hinging of the hips and a rotation of the rib cage. The goal, since you're alternating, is to have as much balance and symmetry between the two sides. You're going to raise one arm up until it's in alignment with your head. You're going to look up through those fingers. The opposite hand will be on the inside part of the other leg. Then you're going to slowly slide down that leg, reaching your bottom hand towards the floor, then reversing the position back to the starting point. Again, we're going to repeat on the opposite side. I'm going to push my hips back as if I'm closing a dresser with my hips, then rotate my ribs away from the leg I'm moving towards. In the bottom position, you want to have the knee bent on the side that you're bending towards. The opposite knee should be fairly straight, not fully locked out, but straight, and you want to have your arms in alignment. Then reversing back to the starting position. Now, if you're brand new to this exercise or you have issues with mobility, you're going to want to start with doing partial repetitions. What you don't want to do is try to force the motion and have poor technique. What you're going to see here is that there's going to be a lot of bending in my back, and the arm that's in the air is going to start to move forward. So focus mainly on form and technique and slowly progress the range of motion. There you can see my head is now shifting forward and the motion just looks jerky and kind of clunky. It's much better to start with a smaller range of motion, focus on form and technique, and slowly increase the range of motion that you can work through. Exhale on the way down, inhale on the way back up. Another focus point is to make sure you keep good core engagement, drawing your navel in both directions. Now from the side you can see here, my arm is in alignment with my head, but what you don't want to do is to overextend and arch your back to get your arm in position. If we get rid of this excessive arch, you could see my arm would actually be here in front of my head. So as you pull that arm back and up, make sure you keep your core engaged and extend upright without letting your back arch. Now we'll see what this motion looks like from the side, looking through the fingers, hinging the hips back. You can really see those hips moving backwards as the ribs are rotating, then reversing the order on the way back up. Looking at it from the opposite side. What you're going to notice on this rep is there's not a lot of rotation in the ribs, and that arm starts to fold forward and there's more bending at the back. So remember, it's a hip hinging motion. You're pushing your hips backwards and rotating your rib cage. Coming back to the upright position, breathing in on the way up. We're going to do another rep on this side to make it look a little cleaner. You'll see the hinging of the hips and more rotation in the chest towards the arm that's up in the air, and then returning back to the upright position. If you notice a substantial difference between the two sides of your body, do extra reps on the more challenging side until there is more symmetry and balance between the two sides of your body. And this is how you perform the alternating wide stance windmills.